Now, Rick, I had Wack100 here recently, and me and him were arguing because he claimed that you had some level of cooperation, which I tried to argue with, but, he seemed to have certain things in mind that I wasn't familiar with. So you actually saw this interview, right?
Yeah, I saw that, man. It was a joke, really. I mean, when you hear people who have never been in a courtroom, when you hear them talk, they don't understand the law at all. And in my opinion, Wack is one of those people who don't understand the law. What he calls cooperation, people who are going to court, fighting cases, we call it discrediting police officers. So, and what I mean by that is, first of all, anybody who go to jail is really committing a crime. The first thing they say is, I didn't do it. Even if they did do it, they're gonna say the police is lying. Mm-hmm. He planted the gun wasn't my gun, I didn't have a gun. So all of those are forms of discrediting police officers. So when a police officer gets on the witness stand and they lie, and then you get on the witness stand and you tell them what really happened, that's not cooperation. That's called discrediting police officers.
All right, well, let's go ahead and FaceTime Wack. Let's actually get his take on it in person. I got Freeway Ricky right here.
Welcome to another episode, everyone. This is Freeway Rick, the infamous Freeway Rick, former kingpin, if you will, an admitted kingpin. Wack100, as I stated earlier, had said that he was snitching, that he had snitched, that he had told on one of his cases. He's addressing that here. He's addressing Wack100. He's addressing the snitch allegations. I never heard anything about any snitch allegations against this man, but Wack100 came up with some paperwork or said that he's seen some paperwork. I still haven't seen the paperwork. The paperwork, to my knowledge, has not been produced. Nevertheless, Wack100 has said that he had indeed seen paperwork produced by someone on Freeway Rick that he had spoke and told in Ohio. Freeway Rick is addressing this. They're about to get on the FaceTime with Wack100 and address this situation and these very serious allegations.
And he wants to address what you said in our last interview.
What up, Wack?
What's up?
What?
Me in a whole lot of BS.
No, I didn't get you in nothing. You brought that shit up. You should have already known when you bring my name up.
I always defend it. You gotta remember, I know that what you did with the dirty police, we never gave a damn about that. That's it. So what? Right? But I didn't know nothing about all the plugs and connects in Ohio and some dude in Miami and something they had.
You shouldn't. If you don't know, you shouldn't mention it. We should only speak on stuff we know about.
Okay, so somebody say, and you know day one, Freeway Rick is snitch. Hey, listen, bro. All he did was gave up the dirty police who crossed him. That ain't telling. As far as I'm concerned, I always took that stance.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about he gave up the connects.
The connect told on me. What the fuck they talking about? They don't read. You got people, you listening to people who don't read and don't know nothing about the law.
Okay.
My connection set me up.
Okay, so I can remember what they was reading. They was reading something, and my man had it, right? And it was something about something in Ohio. You had something going on in Ohio?
I got arrested in Ohio.
Yeah, something about Ohio. That other dude name who I didn't heard you mention, that was working with the government, Clint, whatever that dude name is.
Blandone.
Yeah, Blandone allegedly plugged you with somebody in New York, and you gave them up. I don't know. Listen, they reading it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me tell you something. There's no way possible that there's anybody on the planet that I could have told on that wouldn't have came forward as public as I am right now that wouldn't come forward and say, hey, Rick told on me. Where he at?
This what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get what they got, and I'm going to send it to you because they got it. That's why I couldn't.
They ain't got nothing. They got dreams and lies.
It also says what I've always stood on, which he cleared up.
Dreams and lies.
And yes, And yes, I did stand up in courtroom and tell that Blandon was a lying motherfucker.
Well, my thing was your time deduction, whatever it was, came from the crooked cop shit, which I don't give a fuck about that. So what?
That was in my first case.
Yeah, they showed that. I'm like, nah, you see it right there. That
150 people got out of jail from that, including John Boy, Big Puddin', the list go on and on of the people. Jesse from Main Street, Droopy, all them got time reductions when those cops got indicted.
I've always said I support him with that, but it's the other shit in there. These I never knew nothing about. You know,
but you still don't know nothing about it.
No, they got the paperwork on it.
They ain't got no paperwork. That's make believe. That's cartoon shit. You shouldn't participate in that kind of shit. I look at you higher than that.
No, but listen. For one, if I'm gonna participate in defending you, like I always been, they put something in front of me, I can't ignore it.
If somebody put something in front of you, it would be public knowledge. It wouldn't have to be something that you have to go and dig up. You should be able to go to Ohio. You can go to Ohio right now and pull up the news article, and what it's gonna tell you is a $10 million man came to town to face trial. That's what it's gonna say.
I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't never dug your shit up. I've always took it for face value. I'm gonna keep it real. Everything I repeat is what I heard you say.
And all you gotta do is pull it up in the newspaper. When I went to court, it was in the newspaper.
Well, nah, but fuck the newspaper, because the newspaper could be manipulated.
But where they gonna get the paperwork from?
Well, all paperwork is public record. You know that, unless it's sealed.
Where they gonna get it from, though?
Well, I'm gonna hit dude because 600 of them got it. I'm gonna hit dude and get it.
600 ain't got it. 600 call me all the time. What is you talking about?
Bullshit.
600 ain't got no. Hold on, let me call 600 right now. Where my phone at?
Because he was there with me when they brought it. Call him. Yeah. Yeah, he was there with me when they brought it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, get that because he was more on their side than my side.
Listen, if it was somebody I told on, they done came public, they done went on Vlad and say, no, I'm just telling you, use logic sense though. If it was somebody that I had told on, he'd already came public and said that Rick told on me. Just like the dude did with Meech.
It's the Ohio dude and New York dude.
When I went to Ohio, I went to court by myself.
And I guess that other dude was down in Florida at the time. That whatever that weird day, that black.
And I've never been indicted or nothing in New York.
So I'm still confused personally. I don't know whether Wack100 is saying that he bore witness to this paperwork, that he's seen this paperwork himself, or that someone just called him and read the paperwork off to him and it's all conjecture. He's telling him what the paperwork said or what have you. I'm unclear on that. I guess he's saying that he's seen the paperwork because he's telling Freeway Rick, I'll send you the paperwork that I've seen. They got paperwork. Something about a dude in Ohio and this and that. So I guess he's seen some or someone told him something. And Freeway Rick indeed said that, yeah, I had a case of what have you in Ohio, but it had nothing to do with any telling. My connect told on me. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Nah, it wasn't you was indicted in New York. He had set you up with a plug in New York. And get 600 on the line. He ain't answering you?
No, he ain't answering. He might answer you. You hit him and see if he answer you.
Hold on. I might can do this, but we all on here. Hold on. Yeah, let's do it because he was in the room. Share. Hold on. Share.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be sparing gossip though, homie.
That ain't gossip. They ready.
No, that's gossip. What you saying is straight.
I'm trying to tell you. They ready.
What you saying though is straight gossip, homie.
They ready.
You know they don't even do that in the hood.
Listen, they ready, bro. Like what the fuck you want?
They should have handed you the paperwork. You should have got the paperwork. They should have handed you the paperwork in your hand.
Hold on, let's get 600 on it. I'm sitting there defending you, and they shoot me. Only thing I can stand on is his time deduction came from it said that at the end of it, at the bottom of it. His time deduction came from the cop shit.
That wouldn't even have nothing to do with it. That happened in L.A.
Yeah.
The crooked cops was in L.A.
They had all your shit.
How they get all my shit?
The same way they get anybody else shit. I just never went looking for your shit, bro. I never went looking for your shit. On some real shit. I just took what you said at face value.
I ain't never said nothing. I ain't never told.
Still confused. Don't know if because he said that they read the paperwork to him. They read the paperwork to him, Wack100. They read this all to him. You can read from a book. You can read any damn. You can read from the Bible. You can read anything. And so you wasn't there. You didn't see the paperwork. Somebody got on the phone and said, "This is what the paperwork said," and started reading something. You can be reading from his palm.
Told nobody that I didn't snitch. I don't have to prove myself to nobody.
Well, I never considered you what you did to the police snitching. Personally.
Nobody in the pen didn't either.
Yeah, I've never.
You know, I walked around Lompoc with everybody.
Listen,
from Ray, and I got passes that most people didn't get when I was in the pen. You know, I could go to the
always stood on.
I could go to the Mexican Mafia table and sell cigarettes and candy and soda. Everybody.
Yeah, where this nigga? Why he ain't answering the phone?
He must know what we want. Or think I want to collect some of my money he owed me.
Nah, but shit, he ain't thinking I got you on the phone. He is not answering. That's weird.
Yeah, but you shouldn't repeat that stuff.
Hey, listen, I don't give fuckers about me, you, and him. If they got some paperwork, I'm gonna read it, bro.
You can read it, but you don't. Listen. You don't even know where the paperwork come from. I'm asking you right now, where the paperwork come from? You don't even know. You don't know if it was a government paperwork. You don't know if it was rolled by one of those tabloid magazines. You don't know where it come from. Could have been some motherfucking clown typed up, and you repeating it.
So now what I gotta do now is really put my people on and just go get it all. I'll go get it all. Ain't no problem. I just ain't never looked into you. I never had a reason to.
Yeah, you just go do your homework.
Yeah. I mean, but what I do know, it had the police shit in there, which was accurate.
What did it say about the police?
So apparently, yeah, he's, Freeway Rick, he's not happy about it. He's handling it real nicely, calmly or what have you, cautiously. But he's saying that this paperwork is faulty. These dudes are cartoonish. These dudes are goofies, clowns that claim they have this paperwork on me. And apparently Wack hasn't seen the paperwork. Still unclear, but apparently he has not. He's going off of what these dudes said that they have, that they read to him over the phone or what have you, and then goes off and starts repeating the stuff that these dudes say is in the paperwork. Paperwork that he hasn't seen himself. And this is what Freeway Rick is saying. You're repeating this stuff that these dudes are saying, and you haven't even seen the paperwork. But you run around saying, "Oh, Freeway Rick is telling so-and-so got the paperwork." Anybody can say that they have paperwork on someone. You can't go around saying that sort of stuff if you haven't seen the paperwork yourself. Wow.
Get to the bottom of that. Let me see what they say about the police.
Everything that you always said, like, whatever.
I ain't never said nothing about the police. I don't talk about that shit. I don't have to prove myself. I'm Freeway Rick Ross.
So you said you never had a conversation about what the situation was or how'd you handle the police to get everybody the time off, to get your time off?
I done mentioned that before, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it said. That's what I'm saying. What you mean?
So but you don't have no federal, when you get federal paperwork, they go into details. They don't just have no, oh, he told on the police. That ain't how that shit works.
Paperwork ain't hard to get, you know that?
Yeah, but it don't have no just that he told on the police. It don't stop that.
Oh, it got all the details. You got a safety valve for that, right?
I got a safety valve? No,
Yeah, that's what it said. It said you got a time cut. I can't remember how much time they took off, but it definitely said that you got a time cut for that, right?
Yeah, I got a time cut for it.
Yeah, but It didn't show that with nothing else. So it matched that. So, you know, if I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, well, shit. Hold on, let me see if I don't know why this nigga ain't answering.
But that's something you could have got that out the newspaper.
I don't acknowledge newspapers. I just don't.
But you had not. Who is the dude that had the paperwork? Call the dude who had the paperwork.
Man, but you know what? We got that segment because they came on my channel with that shit. Them niggas have been trying to get to me for a while. I told you that. This ain't nothing new to you.
You ain't never told me this.
Bullshit, because I told you not to go to certain rooms. They was trying to use that fake manager you got to line you up. Bullshit. I definitely told you that. Think about it. Whoever some nigga you be having represent you, nigga, them niggas is a nigga from Philly. It's a nigga from Philly. He was trying to get to you forever, right? And the nigga convinced the nigga to bring you to one of them rooms. I said, don't go to that room. It's a line. They was going to attack you. Straight up. Last time I talked to you.
I ain't worried about nobody attacking me.
Yeah, I worry about it because you don't do that type of shit on them platforms. And I know how it looks.
Yeah, but he can't. They can't fuck with me. I'm smarter than all these motherfuckers. I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers walking the street right now.
Yeah, but when you ain't in control of the floor, it get different.
I ain't worried about none of these motherfuckers.
Well, we ain't talking about what you worried about, but like you sitting there, Vlad, you gonna answer, you gonna show up looking a certain way, you gonna talk a certain way because of the perception of yourself.
All right, there you have it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I don't have much to say about it. I mean, Freeway Rick said what he had to say. He defended himself already. I mean, he said that, you heard him, the paperwork is faulty, that there is no paperwork. Where is this paperwork? Have you seen the paperwork? What are you talking about? You shouldn't be repeating this stuff. I've never snitched on anyone. I got snitched on, etc. Wack was persistent, I guess, in saying that, no, you know, the paperwork is saying that you're bad, that you snitched on somebody, bro. I'm still unclear. I don't know what happened here, but Freeway Rick said, you know, I just wanted to, you know, play what he had to say about it because this dude's putting his snitch jacket on him. And as I said, that's a very serious jacket, as all of us know. You know, Rick is an important part of the culture. He's an important figure in the culture. And you know, obviously, of course, that would taint his legacy, taint anyone's legacy. So we'll see how it plays out. But Wack is pretty persistent in that. But, you know, we know that he drops paperwork on whoever, says that he has paperwork on them, has seen paperwork, has the paperwork, drops the paperwork, posts the paperwork on so many different people at this point, Wack100. So, you know, if there's some sort of paperwork on you, or some sort of allegations against you, he's going to find it. He's going to hunt the paperwork down. He's going to hunt you down. He's going to hunt the situation down. That's just the bottom line. You're not really going to get away with it at this point dealing with Wack. Wow. Stay safe and stay free, people.